you're considering your options and you don't know the ins and outs or what is expected or what to do first. Well, I'm Elizabeth, give you a little more information that will help you on your journey. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of the whole eBay reseller adventure. As let me give you a great example. At this point, we just want to gather intel and learn the ins and outs first. So I'm going to give you a newbie's tip that I learned along this journey. I was able to isolate that search down to see exactly how many was listed, which eBay is showing me a number at the bottom of my screen. This is how many are listed. But in that list, it also included things that were under that brand name. So this was not an accurate amount of items listed. I needed to narrow it in even more. So let me give you an example on my tablet. So here I have my tablet, and I'm going to open up my eBay account. Now, as you can see, it's really large here, and I'm already getting notifications, and I can see everything that I need to see here. But over here we have our home, which is the home page. Here is your eBay. When you open up that, you're able to see your dashboard right here, and you can select. So if you're selling or if you're shopping, different things that you can do here. You can also go to search. When you key in the search, you can type in exactly what it is you're looking for. So let's look up a keyboard. And if you just put in the raw name of keyboard, it's going to automatically populate there and talk about keyboard. And we can hit search. So we have a populated list of all these keyboards, but this is the number I wanted to show you. See this results here, 300,000 results? Well, we put in keyboards, so we have a list of every brand you can think of is listed here. So we're going to have to narrow down our search, but there are a few things that I want to share with you on this. Right here on this 300,000 results, if we take and move it up, we now have a sorter and filter. If we touch that, we get this whole other menu. And right here, where it says show more, if you'll click that, we've got anything from shipping options to returns accepted, authorized seller, and right here are the key ones I want you to see. These sold items and completed items. If I go here and I toggle this, I now will get this number, 66,000 plus results. And if I touch that, all of these now have green numbers. See, the price is in green. Well, the reason why is that's what that item sold for. It's also going to show you any discounts that it may have. It's also going to show if it was free shipping. It'll tell you all the details, and it'll even tell you the date it sold. And this will be populated too. So you could use that to accurately decide if your keyboard, if it's listed, what it sold for, when it sold, how recent, and give you an idea of what you could use as your asking price when you list your item. So this one is Bluetooth wireless. Here we have Apple Magic Mouse. We have so many options. There's tons and tons to look at. And we can narrow our search even more. If we go back up here to keyboard and we want to add to that keyboard search, we do our search again and we say we want let's go with the one that I had, which is Microsoft. I'm also going to add in there ergonomic. And now I'm going to hit my search again and see. Now I have this populated list. And this looks like one like I have. But this one is a Bluetooth, English, UK, and USA also compatible. So here we have, this is listed under sponsor. It also shows that 50 of those sold for free shipping, and this is the price that they're asking. This is a current listing. See how it's in white on this dark panel? Those are still listed. Down here, we have one that was previously owned. and it shows me the model number, that it's been tested, it's used. All that is significant information. And then we have the price, and it also gives me a best offer option, free shipping, and this one is also being listed by a seller because they have a sale going on. So what you could do is you could put a star there, and when you tap the heart, that goes into your watch list. Okay, so maybe you're doing it for comps. eBay has new features now, so this seller may see that and they may send me an offer for something a little bit cheaper of a price, thinking that I want to purchase it. Another thing that you can do is you can tap this listing. It tells you all the information about it, who is selling it, and this is key whenever you're a new seller. Whether you're just doing this amateurly or considering being a reseller. Pictures are significant. Most important, make sure you have plenty of pictures and you're showing your item. Make sure you accurately describe it, and make sure that you've really decided on your price as well as your shipping. But this is what's also a bonus. You can do this on your cell phone, tablet, or your PC. When we go down through this list, if we have put a heart, I want you to pay attention right here. I'm going to touch the heart here on the screen. See how that said add to your list? So you can now touch that add to list, and you can create your own list. Here's one already set for research. When you do that, it's supposed to let eBay know that you're researching this item, and it will not execute a request from the seller to send you an offer. So those are things that you can do. So if you're doing your research, then you can use your own list. You can also remove it. Let's say you don't want to look at that one anymore and it's not necessary. So those are a few things you can do. Here's the other thing you can do. If we scroll down this page, we're going to get listings of lots, but I want you to keep going. Here's all the reseller information, the shipping, and all the different ways that they can pay. The eBay money back guarantee. You can read up on that if you want to. You can touch it and go over there and you can find out information about that. That's always available to you. But if we go further down, we can find out the ratings on this seller. And this is going to be important for you because eBay measures the seller's feedback because it's based on the buyer's merit. And that is what you really want to strive to have, good ratings, because this will determine whether you get paid and when you get paid. Now we see all the feedback if we want to. Now eBay has that financing. But this is what I want you to see. You have to go further way down on that page. But see this sell one like this? You can actually click on this. And when you do, eBay is going to set this up. And you are now ready to sell an item similar to the one that you were thinking about. You'll be able to go in here and change the title. This does not affect the seller that's selling this item. You are basically cloning their listing. You do need to make the appropriate changes, but because this is already categorized with keyboards and in the right category, you don't have to worry about that extra detail. You'll also be able to elect, is it used, is it new, is it an open box, or is it a non-working item that you're selling for parts only? You'll be able to put item specifics. This is very, very important when you're listing an item. I cannot express to you how important this is. Here's another thing. Say you're not a good at literature and you don't like writing, maybe you don't spell well. Here's the description, and it is now set up with the new AI system. So you can touch that and you can press the use AI and it will start creating you a description. And what I recommend is go in here and modify this, make necessary changes, so that it applies to the item you're selling. You don't have to go with the AI description rawly, and I recommend that you don't, because if you pre-read this, you will find some details in this AI description that aren't necessarily accurate with your particular item. So this is significant in making those changes and proofreading it and modifying it to suit your listings. So that's already showing that it's done, and I can delete that if I wanted to. You can also turn off the AI by hitting the X. Here is the pricing tool I told you about. When you click on this, you got your Buy Now feature. You can put in the amount, and then right here on the Buy Now settings, allow offers quantity 1 or schedule your listings. You're going to love these features. You can put in the minimum amount. You can toggle the allow offers on and off if you like. So you can turn that completely off if you don't want to allow any offers. You can turn that on and allow offers. These are very important. Scheduling the listings. Now, let's say you knew of an item out in the garage and you wanted to list it, and you found all the information. You've done the comparison, you figured out the price, you've got all that, but you don't have photographs. Maybe it's going to be the next day after supper before you can get that, or maybe when you come in from work. So you can toggle this on, and I'm having a bit of a oh, it wants me to put a minimum in there. It wants me to do the pricing before I do that, but you can schedule it to do at a later date. So let me go ahead and do a generic on this. Let me put in a dollar amount here. Let's put in $25. All right, now I can go here to Buy Now. I can put in a minimum offer if I want to. Let's say I only want $20. Oops, too much. And there it goes. It's an online onboard tutorial, so it's going to help you. Okay, now I've got one of them. Now I can schedule a time. So let's say I don't want this to pop up there and list it just yet. Maybe I want to change it to Tuesday, and maybe I want to do it or later in the evening. I want to do 6:30 p.m. Okay, and then I click done. So now it's got all that information there. It's got all the low price, and I can back that out. Now you have all of your listings. Now here is what I was telling you about. What's so important: the shipping. Now you have so many options here. Shipping to USA is toggled on. The packaging, how big it is. This is important. Make sure you weigh it. Be accurate. Consider the box that you're putting it in, the packaging you're putting in, the poly mail or whatever you're mailing it in. Consider the weight of it and make sure you adjust this accordingly. Make sure that you put accurate measurements. These are extremely important. Get you a ruler and have it ready. And then you can also select these options. Here's the cost. Now, you have options. You can use USPS, you can use FedEx, and you can use UPS. So you have options here. You've got standard, you've got DGM Smart Mail Expedite. You've got expedited services. Let's say you want to send it priority mail and flat rate. There are so many options. 1-day services, and so on and so forth, including freight. For flat rate, you can also do that for people who do really, really large things. All these are available to you. So economy services. Pay attention to which one you select. Here, you're going to decide, are you going to offer free shipping? Is it going to be a buyer's pay calculated shipping? Are you going to do a flat rate shipping for the buyer? Maybe you just want to charge a set fee of shipping it for $7 and you're done. There are options. So there is nothing for you to be afraid of. It is all available. Here is a new feature that eBay offers: local pickup. So let's say that you are in North Carolina, such as me, and people happen to know you locally, and maybe they know you have a yard sale or two, and now it's cold weather and you're going to list some things. you can do it for pickup, and then they don't get charged any shipping. So if they purchase through eBay, securely paid, they can then pick it up locally. So it gives, a pretty much accurate city and state and the zip code. They can kind of get in the general vicinity. This requires a code. So if you decide to do local pickup, the individual, once they purchase it, they will get a code that they have to provide to you to unlock this information. And then they will also have to give you that code so that you can plug it in to show eBay that they came and you have let them pick up the item and they've left with it. So those are options. So many things to decide on. Now, once you've started this is what I have to tell you. Go on down. And this promoted listings, that's something you can do at a later date. Don't even think about this as a new seller. Do not even worry about this whole section. Down here, you have list it for free, and therefore you can list your item now for that scheduled date. Whenever you schedule it, you still have to click list your item, and it will come up and it'll say you have this item scheduled, and it will show the date and time that you stated. You can also do a preview so that you want to look at your listings and you could look at the pictures. Once again, if it's someone you're doing the research, it's at night, you're sitting on the couch, it's after supper, you're setting up your listings, and maybe you want to do your photographs later, you can always save for later. Now, when you go over to your selling listings, you will have items here in your draft. And here's the draft. So we have this drafted, and we can pull it back up, and we can go ahead and add the information to it, and then we can go all the way back down here again and list the item. So that gives you an idea how that works. So I have that in my drafts now. To delete this, I cannot do it from a tablet or cell phone. I would have to delete that draft from my laptop or PC. So just bear that in mind. There's no way on your app through the devices, the mobile devices such as tablet and cell phone, to remove drafts or any listings. You don't have that ability. But this just gives you an idea. So we're going to go back home here. And when you have messages such as offers that are coming through, you can hit your inbox and it'll show up there. If you're selling and you have an item that has sold, you will see it on this taskbar right here. It will show items that you need to send offers to, the promoted listings, and then adding item specifics. So let's say you listed an item and eBay feels that it would be better found in the categories and somebody searching for it if you added additional specifications on it, and you can revise those listings. So you can pull the item up, and then it gives you all these specifications, and you can go through here and decide if there's anything more that you can enhance this listings to make it better easily found by someone who's inquiring and searching for it on eBay. And once you do that, you can go back out, and you would of course go back to the bottom and click revise it, and you can preview it of course to see how the customer would see it. So at this point, this is how the customer would see it. This is how those photographs are going to show up. And really truly make sure that everything looks good, and pretend that you are the person shopping with consideration of purchasing this before you let it go. Make sure that everything is accurately explained and that you have all your information in there. And then of course, you can see I have the make offer turned on. I've got the add to watch list. All that's in place. And now I could revise that listing if I made any changes or decided not to make any changes. So there are lots of tools on here that eBay now does, and to help you out, to help you sell your items, because if you make money, eBay makes money. So that is why you have this beautiful taskbar telling you what all you can do. There are other features here like your performance. It shows how many times your listings have been shown, the listings, how many views you've gotten, how many items you've sold, the click-through rate, and then your sales conversion rate. And then, of course, down here you can see the views organically and then externally. If you were promoting on or off site, it would show that here as well. And then, of course, you can move your finger across here to find out how many views on what day and date. And, of course, you can modify that to today and see what your calculations were for today. You can do it 7 days out, 30 days, 90 days, and then you can do a customized search. Since I am new to being a eBay seller, right here is my inception date, as I would call it, and I can easily go right there and see that my first listings that I put on was the October 22nd is when I put something on there. I didn't start listing it and let it go until the 23rd. And once I did, look there, I got 8 views on the first day. So I've only been at this. This is going on my 3rd week. And that's why I'm sharing it with you. Things that I've learned and things that I've become knowledgeable about. So I hope I was able to erase a lot of your fear and reservations about considering doing eBay. And when you do sell that item, it only takes a second to write a post-it note saying thank you and letting that customer know that you really appreciate them. And it doesn't matter whether you'll have another transaction with them or not. It's important how you treat them and how you want to be remembered. And they'll take the time to put in that positive feedback. That gets you paid a lot quicker with eBay. The quicker that item arrives, the quicker the system updates and reflects on your account that that person received their package, and the less probability that eBay will hold your funds for 30 days. They'll release them a lot quicker if the customer is satisfied and received their item. And the more you sell, the better you'll get at it. Until the next one, like this video, share it with someone you think would benefit that is considering selling on eBay, and subscribe to the channel for more information and tutorial videos that can be of assistance to you in your journey selling on eBay or being an eBay reseller. This is Elizabeth. Until the next one, take care and good luck.